baby. We are
Dessert
turning
time.
up. Yes, it is. But anyway, we're going to talk about is marriage obsolete? You know, that's been a hot topic this week and last week. And then with Prince William announcing his engagement to his girlfriend and all of that. So now we want to talk about, you know, marriage in the gay community as well as marriage in a whole. You know, do you think it's obsolete and stagnant? So what do you guys, you know, take on that while I take a piece of this pie?
I think it is sad that the divorce rate is so high. I mean, every day you hear about, especially like in celebrities and stuff, you hear about so many celebrity couples getting divorced. Just recently there was Tony Parker and Eva Longoria, you know, who just got married in 2007, you know, and they had actually been together, I think a total of 6 years. They were 7 years.
Oh, well, what's our divorce rate?
Oh, well, seeing as how we meet today and break up next week, can you pass me the whipped cream, please?
Oh, we could be married?
Meet and break up. In Connecticut and D.C. and
Boston.
Are you from Connecticut?
I may move there
Oh, you may move there.
to get married. Well, I mean, and even that's interesting, you know. And I remember one time, I don't know if you remember, but when we did something with Rico, and then when we would get together and talk, and that was one of the topics that discussed, like, why do gay relationships not really last? And one of the things that was, and I think you may have said it, was that, you know, you think it could be because we can't get married, so there's no legal repercussions to breaking up. When you decide that it's over, you just pack your stuff and you move out.
That was also Marcus Bogan from Brooklyn. That was his question. He hit us up on our fan page, and that was his question
really?
also. Yeah.
And his question was what?
Why is it hard to maintain a relationship in the gay community?
But I think a lot of people like Oprah, even Oprah said that to her, marriage is just a piece of paper. So how is a piece of paper going to just make you stay with somebody? You know, if this person don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. And that's why she never chose to get married, she and Stedman. And so then when you look around and people get married like Eva and Tony, they've been together for like 7 years and then they got married, they've been married for 3 years and then it's just like over. So.
Well, I think that piece of paper, that marriage license, it's a legal contract, so you are bonded. There are things that are legally, you are joined and are connected, so it makes it more difficult. Like I said, you can't just decide today, I'm mad, I'm packing up and I'm leaving. You know, there are things that go into, both of you have to agree to divorce, number one.
Right.
The splitting of the finances, the home, whatever you have. Whereas, you know, in our community, if you're just dating somebody, typically what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. We move in. When you leave, you take what you brought, I take what I brought, and we move on.
Right. I know it's the legality of it. You know, she's not questioning that, but it's just like the underlying message is, if somebody is not willing to stay with you and to be with you, then to commit to you the rest of their life without that piece of paper, then what difference is that piece of paper going to make? All the piece of paper is a guarantee that we will have to go to court and we will, you know, let somebody else help us split up the stuff that we acquire while we're together. But if you have somebody that says, I love you and I'm going to be with you until death do us part without walking down the aisle, then that's a bigger commitment than just having the paper.
Well, I think the paper serves as more protection.
But when the divorce rate is so high, what is it protecting?
Well, I would say just imagine if they didn't have that, it would probably be even higher, you know, if there was such a thing, you know, much like in our community.
Because in the gay community, it is higher. The divorce rate is higher.
I think people just don't really value commitment and relationships the way that they should. I think they don't.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I don't think that people really
value.
value
That came about, I think, because the value was taken out of the commitment.
How do you think?
You know, I don't think they view marriage as sacred as it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. You know, I just got a text from two of my neighbors down the hall who are a couple, heterosexual couple, and I think they are. Maybe they could shed some light on this whole situation for us and give us their insight. Well, they're actually a heterosexual couple. Let me see if that's them at the door. Excuse me.
Talk about that. You know, with all the big thing about, you know, gay marriages, everybody is so against gay marriages. They put it on the ballot in L.A. and it was defeated, and they put it on the ballot somewhere else and it was defeated. It's just like, with the divorce rate being so high, why is it that the gay people are fighting to get married, and why is it that the straight people are fighting to get a divorce?
I don't know. I think it's because they put. I mean, the whole big issue. I think with the gays is just don't put a issue. Should be marriage should be just the institution or the connection between two consenting adults deciding to go into this commitment ceremony. But because the gay marriage wouldn't be any different than the heterosexual marriage.
Yeah, just the marriage. So a lot of it's just like I don't understand why people. I really don't understand why people fight against stuff that has nothing to do with
Right.
them. It's
See,
like
I don't understand why straight people have a problem with gay marriage and they're not marrying anybody gay. Well, they have. Yeah, actually they have. So the nerve to be upset about. Yeah, I've got upset on a whole nother subject.
Yeah, but it's just like when you see, like there are gay couples. We all know gay couples that have been together for a long time, and we all have been in relationships that have lasted for a long period of time. And you have
You haven't. Really?
even this recent relationship, this new relationship that you have.
What new one?
That you're trying to move the guy over from Brazil.
Oh, well, I haven't been in it. No. I haven't been in it.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh, no. My life is an open book.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been in a long-term relationship. I haven't.
Where your neighbors, they moved?
Some people are on this, little stage fright,
Have you ever been in a long committed relationship?
The longest relationship I've ever been in is probably almost 5 years.
Oh, longer than Eva's. So,
And there was 2 of them.
are you in 2 relationships at the same time?
No, 2 5-year relationships.
I was going to say, we was in 2 relationships.
Look, that's why I get married. But yeah, 2 5-year relationships. And I actually am a person that I feel that I do better in relationships. I don't like dating.
You don't?
I like the support factor. I like getting support and giving support. I like being able to share my experiences. So I really do better in relationships than I do single.
But you don't like dating? See, to me, I think even in a committed relationship, you should
to
always
date.
date.
But I don't like the newness of getting to know somebody and wondering all the what ifs. I find great comfort in knowing someone and having someone know me. And still knowing the fun,
How
but
you
knowing.
gonna do that if you don't date?
And I know that it's a necessary process, and I know it's crazy, but I'm crazy. But the whole meeting somebody today and meeting somebody today
and that's why a lot of people just stay in relationships because they don't want to explore something new. It's just like you don't want to go through the whole process over again of getting to know somebody new.
And this is true. But now the flip side of that is, and I just had a conversation with with someone about this very recently. If I am in a relationship, once I really realize and come to the realization that it's not good for me, I don't mind detaching myself from it.
Do you think it would be different if you were married and there was a piece of paper to hold you there?
Good question. That was deep. In that case, hopefully, and even with the relationships that I've had, I would hope that, because I'm a very talkative person, so I communicate, I would hope that we would be able to work through it, and come to an agreement and not have to split up. But
that's the thing. It's just like, why does it take that piece of paper to make you come to that agreement? Why can't you do that without the piece of paper?
Well, I've tried it in my relationships and it didn't work. I think because it takes both parties being willing to. And again, to me, I think that when it's so easy for us as homosexual couples to just pack up our stuff and leave, there is no, well, yeah, we do have this house together with this mortgage, and we do have, this business together with both of our names, and we do have these children or whatever it is. Okay. It's just basically, I got my stuff, you got your stuff.
But see, you different, because if I was in a relationship with somebody and then when we have to pack up and leave, they wouldn't have to pack up and leave. Because I'm gonna be over everything, so I'm gonna get you the bag together for you.
Oh, girl, you ain't from the beat.
But that's like you're not in a relationship.
You done married from the beat.
Here's the bag.
It don't even have to be a relationship, like in a gay relationship. I talked to you and so about a relationship with my father. So there's always still that, like we said, what if or what could have been when you set yourself up. So I don't think it always have to be in a committed relationship.
But,
right, but
be
like I said, in
different.
everything, like both parties have to be willing to work it out. And if both parties are not, then no matter how much you may want the relationship, it doesn't matter. You know, you can't be in a relationship with somebody else by yourself.
Funny, I was thinking when you just said it about with your father, I thought about a whole other relationship like a parent. Because I think like we deal with the ins and outs that we deal with our family because of the blood ties. Mm-hmm. So I think the paper was
It's somewhat of a tie, exactly.
It's a tie to that,
exactly.
which actually causes you to fight more. Because, you know, we have family members that we want to just walk away from.
Yeah, because it makes you stop
But
and
we
think
stick
about,
because of
okay,
blood.
now wait a minute.
But
this-
then it's just like, you know, it's just like with the paper, with me in this paper, like the
Yeah,
marriage
but you're
license.
against that paper.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not against the paper. I'm just saying that since we don't have the paper in certain states, we don't have the right to get the paper to bind us together. That's the commitment I want without the paper. So just like if I have the paper, but I think if you have the paper and somebody is willing to fight, you know, for the relationship just because you have the paper, then is that really where this person want to be? Or is this person just doing this because I'm forced to do this because of this paper?
Well, I think ultimately if somebody doesn't want to do it, they're not going to do it. But I think it just forces you to think about what you're really doing. And is it really worth, is this lifetime that we've had together and this stuff that we have built together really worth the fact that I met so-and-so over here who I think is really fine and I wanted to get with? Is it worth it, or should I try to make this work? I look at my grandparents, my dad's parents, who never got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I have an uncle who is the same age as me. Now, how did that happen?
But let me tell you this,
And I think my grandmother knew.
Yeah,
but now that I'm,
that's a whole different time.
Mhm.
That's a whole different time when women were actually could bear a lot more in a relationship or a marriage than they could today.
Yeah, and I think.
But
she
now
thought
I
that
think that now that since we brought all this up, so what I think is if all the stuff that you all are talking about, you know, if we had the paper, people would be willing to fight it out and all of that stuff. If that was the case, if we were able to get married, then I don't think people would commit to being married because they know that I have this paper and then I'm not just going to be able to walk away freely. So if they know that going into this relationship that they're not going to be able to walk away freely, they're going to have to stay there and fight through the tough times and the rough times, then it's just like, oh no, I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to even commit to that.
Good point. Let's think about that for a second. We'll take a short break and we'll come back.
Short break.
Call me.